everyone, welcome to UTV Guna and our show, The Shooting Lone Star, with Ram from the Austin Gooners. Hi, bro, how are you?
Amit, what's going on, brother? It's hot. It's been hot for a while, and it's going to keep being hot. But I'm excited anyway because at the same time, preseason is heating up. So, like, yeah, we're about to get some Arsenal action just a few more days. So I'm excited, man. Ready
Yeah,
for it.
no, not long to go. Yeah, just a few days,
Hmm.
couple of days now. It's Wednesday, isn't it? So yeah, Friday we're playing. So yeah, let's start off with the big news that was confirmed. On our last show, we were pretty sure it was going to get done. It's been well known that we've been after him, and it was just a matter of negotiating and getting the final touches done to it all. So it's been done. The club confirmed on Monday that Gabriel Jesus is joining us. He's an Arsenal player. So yeah, what's your thoughts on it?
I'm excited, man. I know I've mentioned a few times as we talked about the rumors or as things were heating up or whatever, or progressing, that I've been wanting him to sign from the beginning. Um, even way back when I first heard his name linked with Arsenal, got me excited. I That's probably the biggest signing that we've had with under Mikel Arteta. I'm trying to think about, nobody else has really come in with that kind of pedigree in terms of like, I mean, this guy's won the Premier League 4 times. He's got, I don't know how many goals, like about 100 goals, maybe, or 98 goals, another 50 assists, and just under over 200 games. So, um, and he may not be like a starter. He's not the on the first team sheet like every single game, but he's big rotational player. Plays all kinds of positions up front. But from what I understand, obviously, I think the biggest draw for him to come here was he's going to be the guy. Like he's going to be here to score goals. That's going to be his primary job, and I think that was our biggest flaw and our biggest Achilles heel that cost us top four last year. Um, so yeah, I mean, excited. I don't know what other adjectives to use right now. Kind of drawing a blank on that, but he's the one. I mean, he's our number 9 now. And I think just given the fact that he's already familiar with Coach Arteta, um, obviously the style we want to play, we've mentioned it a few times. Like we want to not necessarily mimic, but follow in the same branch as Manchester City. So bringing in somebody who's experienced in the type of football that Arteta wants to play is only going to help us, especially bringing along all the young talent that we already do have. Um, yeah, he fits the perfect profile of exactly what we need. He's the right age. He's 25 years old. He's the right profile. Like we need a center forward or a striker, however you want to classify him. He's here to score goals, and he's got the pedigree. And I think with any sport, I think when you add this kind of signing, it's a big boost because he should show with his work ethic, with his leadership, exactly what it takes to be a team that's going to be good enough to not only compete for Premier League titles, but also compete in Europe. I mean, it's we're not in Champions League. We couldn't offer him that, but the fact that he's here, he believes in the process, in the project, and I think our chances to win Europa just went up exponentially. So um, I'm ready to go, man. I'm really excited about it, and I can't wait to see him. I mean, he's already with the first team now in Germany. So I don't. I mean, I can't wait to see him. Hopefully, we'll see him play when they come to America, and that'll be exciting to see. And it's gonna be great, man. How do
Yeah,
you feel?
so yeah, happy.
Yeah.
As you were saying, there's for a while we've not really signed a really high profile player like this. You would probably say the last one was Aubameyang.
Mhm.
I think it's, you could say 45 million, 1 year left on the contract is a bit pricey, but at the same time, if he had a longer period left on his contract, we would have to pay a lot more for him. So I think it's good deal, good value for money. What I want to ask you now, though, is what are you expecting from him next season in terms of goal output? Do you think he can get like 25 goals plus next season? What do you think is a realistic expectation for him?
Maybe a little bit less than that. I'm thinking maybe 15 to 20 goals. I think would be enough to kind of put us over the edge in terms of like hopefully qualifying for Champions League, for being up there and competing, maybe necessarily for the Premier League title, but for those top two, top three spots. I think we're really on the cusp of doing that without a consistent goal scorer. So adding him is only going to maybe, I mean, just inserting him with the production we had last year, or just going off of that, it's already looking really exciting. I think the biggest contribution I think he'll have, aside from the goals, is he's not necessarily. I mean, he's a center forward, right? He's a striker. Like that's what he's. I guess his position is. But with Manchester City, I think he was willing to play out wide in order to try and get more playing time. But with Brazil, he's a little bit more of what he's going to be playing with us. So I think that experience in those positions is going to really, I think, raise the level of everybody else's play. So yeah, I think obviously he's here to score goals and we need goals from him, but I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised at his contribution in the assist category. I'm thinking, another 5 to 10 assists on top of the goals. So yeah, he may not be a Golden Boot competitor, maybe his first year, but 4 or 5 extra goals for Emil Smith Rowe or Bukayo Saka is going to go a long way, or Martin Odegaard as well, adding about 3 or 4 goals there. So, and just him being a bigger threat down the middle, I'm hoping is going to open it up for a lot more of our other players to contribute some goals as well. So I'd be happy with 15 to 20. Obviously, 20 and 25 would be absolutely incredible. And I think if he's reaching that level, we may be a team that's competing for the title. So who knows, man? I mean, I think he raises our ceiling and he also raises our floor a little bit, right? So like, I think he's going to be one of those types of players that just raises the standards even further than what I think they already are. It's a blockbuster signing. So yeah, 15 goals, another 10 assists, I think would just be absolutely incredible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's hope he hits the ground running
Mhm.
and really gets us a lot of goals and assists next season. He's a really hard working player, as you mentioned as well. So that's going to help us defensively. He always puts a big shift in. I heard comments from Pep saying that he's one of the hardest working players he's worked with. So yeah, looking forward to seeing him play for us. And now looking at the transfer window in general, we've got 3 players in.
Mhm.
We spent not too much yet. So as I was saying, 45 million on Jesus,
Mhm.
40 million euros, so that's about 30 million pounds roughly. And then Marquinhos, I don't think that was too much for him, just a few million for him. So we spent, you could say, around 75 million, 80
Mhm.
million, around that. So we don't know exactly what the transfer budget is and what's left, but looking ahead now, what would you like to see us do? Where would you like us to strengthen?
I still want to see like the guy like Tielemans, Yuri Tielemans. I'd really like to see our midfield get strengthened a little bit with some depth, a little bit more creativity. I mean, I know we've got a pretty packed midfield at this point, but no, we're not packed, but I think we can use 1, maybe 2 more guys in that rotation. Like I said, I mean, Rafinha, I think was a little bit more like a pipe dream. Like it was more like, oh, that's within the range we would be willing to spend on a player. Let's just go after him and see what happens. Obviously, it turns out that it's not going to go our way. In fact, it might not even go Chelsea's way, and it looks like he's really got the bright lights, expecting Barcelona to to go after him. So I'm not, having another winger would have been pretty sweet, but I'm kind of excited, to be honest, about this Marquinhos guy. I did watch a few highlight clips of him, and as I'll always say, anybody can look good in highlights, but he looks like he would be a great addition, depth wise and rotation wise, maybe to get in some game time early on, especially. So I'm kind of, I think we might be settled up front in our attacking. So I think our focus should be on the midfield and hopefully a defender. So I'm hoping 3 players, right? So either one defender or 2 midfielders, or if we get 2 defenders and 1 midfielder, like that would be, I think, like the absolute most perfect window. Because I also think it's going to depend on what we can do to get guys out, with the likes of like Bernd Leno, Nicola Pepe, Hector Bellerin needs or he wants to go. I think that's another one that's kind of, we've reached our end of the story with him. So also Lucas Torreira, but I don't even think, like, he doesn't even have like a number assigned to him right now. So he's like not even in the picture. I think he's just going to be sold straight away. But if we can get, those 3 guys out and bring in some extra money, and then also see if we can replace Hector Bellerin in terms of like depth and have somebody playing that I guess he plays like, what, a fullback, like either the left or right side or whatever. I think Lisandro Martinez, I think, is another guy who's him and Tielemans. I think we're actually renewing our attack to go after them. So I'd be happy to see one, if not both of those guys, get signed up and delivered to us, hopefully pretty soon. And this is one player, I was trying to look him up before we linked up today, that we've been linked with. He's I don't know if he's from Italy or he played on an Italian team, but he's another midfielder that it looks like we might bid like 55 million on. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's definitely players out there. I think Tielemans was a target that we were going after early on, and then we got Fabio Vieira, and it kind of cooled. But I think a rumor that I read recently was that looks like Arteta has the green light to go after him again, and I think Leicester is keen on selling him, and the player wants to come to Arsenal. So it's just a matter of us like making it happen. So I think the ball's in our court on that one, and I think that would be a relatively easy one to lock up. And I think if that's the case, let's bring in another midfielder, man, because I mean, Granit Xhaka, I think, is as great as he's been for the club. I think his time, we're starting to see we might see the twilight of his career coming up, at least with Arsenal. So it'd be good to kind of get somebody in who's going to eventually take over that role. So yeah, that's what I kind of hope to see moving forward. What do you think?
Yeah, hopefully we can get at least 2 to 3 more players in. Ideally, midfielder, left back, and then maybe another striker. I'm not sure what you're thinking about the situation now. So we know we've got Jesus, Nketiah, Balogun seems like he's going to be coming back from his loan. So that would be our 3 main options up front. I know Martinelli can play up there as well. Also, the new guy we signed, Fabio Vieira, can play as a second striker. So we've got a few options, but I'm thinking ideally you want another striker. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think I still have that feeling like we would need another striker. I don't know, maybe. So like, here's like my thought on that was like, it'd be great to get somebody in, but if it doesn't happen in the summer window, I wouldn't be I wouldn't be sad at all. Like I think if we can't find the right player for the right price, I think that might be something maybe we can wait to see if we can get in January. I know that's like a big like looking down the road or whatever, but and obviously and also putting a lot of faith in Gabriel Jesus. But I think yeah, with Balogun coming back, I kind of want to see what he has to offer. I think Eddie and Kedia, as I've mentioned before, giving him that number 14 number, although largely symbolic, I think it's proven that the club has put some faith in him, that he's going to compete hard, compete for minutes. We had a, a a scrimmage or a friendly against Ipswich Town not that long ago, and he did have a hat trick. I saw some of those highlights. He looks good. Um, Not putting a whole lot of faith in a closed doors friendly, but I'm excited to see how he's going to push for playing time, and I think he could be a good backup. But it would be nice to see somebody else come in and compete for some game time. Balogun, it might be Balogun, it might be not. I know Balogun got a lot of playing time on loan with Middlesbrough, so yeah, I don't even know if we've been linked with any other strikers or any other center forwards of so I wouldn't be, like I said, yeah, I wouldn't be upset if we didn't get anybody. But it'd be nice to bring somebody in. But I think we have a lot of bodies playing strikers, so I'd be content with rolling with what we have right now. Um, Even if it was just like cautious optimism. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I said, we've got some good options there, but maybe just give us a bit more comfort in terms of squad depth. We know we've got more games this season. Injuries, is a worry. If we had a couple of injuries to both Nketiah and to Jesus, then that'll leave Balogun as the main option. I know, like I say, we can put Martinelli up there. Maybe also the new guy Vieira could go up there as well. But just to give us that bit of extra squad depth, like to see a striker come in. Yeah, we said midfield. We know that would be ideal if we can get someone like Tillemans. And then left back, we're still working hard on trying to get this Martinez in. We're apparently competing with Man United for his signature. So yeah, it's I'm hoping 2 to 3 players. We have not spent that much. We don't know what the budget is, but if it's something similar to what we had last summer, which was 150 million, and we've only spent just over like half of that now. So you would hope we can get at least a couple of players in, if not 3. How many players do you think we will get in?
Uh, I'm gonna say we do end up getting 3. Um, yeah, I just don't know exactly who. I mean, I'm hoping if we can get. I still haven't like while you were talking, I was trying to look up this other midfielder that we've been linked with. Is a Lazio midfielder named Sergej Milinkovic Savic. And Lazio has set the price at 55 million. So as a midfielder, might be like I guess a top end midfielder guy. I mean, I don't know if we put in a bid, but it looks like we've been expressing interest. So Lisandro Martinez and this Milinkovic Savic are like, I guess, looks like 2 guys that we might be sort of trying to see who we can get and or whatever. Those are kind of like on the outside looking in. I think we have the insider advantage with Tielemans. But it looks like someone like Aaron Hickey has kind of cooled off. I know we've been linked with someone like Paulo Dybala. I'm not too sure how strong that I guess that link is. But as far as like anybody from a striker's perspective or a striker position, Gianluca Scamacca, 16 goals in 38 games for Sassuolo in Serie A. Like that would be maybe another one that we might be able to kind of steal for looks like it's 34 million. We placed an opening offer apparently, so and it got rejected. So my understanding basically is I'm paying a little bit more attention to like how transfers work. We typically seem to just make an offer, have it rejected, and then start negotiating. So we'll see. Like I think that's a name I kind of forgot about, but 16 goals is nothing to laugh at, even though it is with a Serie A squad. I think that would be anybody who scores any kind of anything over 10 goals would be somebody to that'd be worth looking at, right? To bring in. And as you say, not necessarily somebody on Gabriel Jesus's level, but maybe someone just a step below, somebody that we can add depth and obviously raise the level of everybody on the squad. So yeah, we'll 3 players, right? I'm hoping we get Lisandro Martinez. I'm hoping we get Yuri Tielemans, and then that third guy, whether it's somebody that Savic guy, Skamaka, if I'm saying his name right, would be kind of a cool name. I don't know if Zinchenko is a name we're still seriously pursuing, but that's another player that I would see. And you know what? I'll even say this. Somebody like William Saliba, even though he is a player of ours, it almost feels like he's a new signing, right? So I'm really excited to see how he gets along in preseason because he's going to be a player who's going to push hard for playing time. Player of the season in France, and he's going to be pushing for the World Cup squad. So, that's not necessarily. I kind of went off on a tangent with that one, but yeah, I'm hoping for 3 players. We'll say that 3 players would be nice. If we get 2, I'm not upset because of somebody like like Saliba that we'll have, and I don't know, man. A little bit. It's cooled off a little bit, right? With the early heat, we were linked with Tielemans, Rafinha, Gabriel Jesus. We got excited, and then everything kind of cooled off. Even the Gabriel Jesus, it took him a long time to like announce the signing. So we'll see. Obviously, a lot of time to go, but I'm pretty confident just with the fact that we've been linked with so many names. I'm excited because I don't remember this going on like last year. And a lot of the names that were last year that have become strong names for us, with the likes of like Aaron Ramsdale and Tomiyasu and Ben White, like they were all kind of like nobody else was like going after them. And looks like a lot of the names that we're going after, the likes of United, Man City, Barcelona, like these big clubs are trying to get the same players we're trying to go after. So, even though we've only brought in those 3 players and we want to get 3 more, I think it is fair to look at the fact that a lot of the players we are going after are some of these bigger names that are attracting the attention of the big clubs. So we're raising our level. So we'll see what happens, but regardless of what's going on, like I'm excited, so let's do it. Like let's make something happen because I think the Gabriel Jesus signing really helps us in terms of like it might, I've already said it's going to raise the level of everybody on the squad, but it's got to raise our profile with other players thinking like, oh shit, like Gabriel Jesus, Arsenal's serious. I want to go there. So who knows, man?
It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of the transfer window goes. Let's hope we do get that extra bit of business done, that we want at least another 2 players, ideally 3 players in.
Yeah.
Looking ahead now, pre-season, it's Friday, and then not long now till 5th of August. Time's flying. Already first week of July, let's say 6th of July. So yeah, less than a month away till the start of the season. So yeah, really excited. And I look forward to speaking to you on next week's show. Thanks, bro.
Yep. Oh yeah, man. Looking forward to it. Have a great week.
Thanks, bro. You too. So that's all from us. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share.